see. This. Like this. I'll do that. Yeah, I can do that. I think. I don't know. Oh, the stream's started. What's up, YouTube? It's Flarity here. Um, yeah. Um, so, man, I forgot what I was gonna say in the beginning. Oopsie. Um, but how y'all doing? So, I this is one of my days off, so I've been doing hardly nothing in the beginning, but I did start 2 drawings recently, and I will share share them with you right now. I have so many issues of speaking English, apparently. So first, please don't look at me. I can't even see me. Please don't look at me. I look ugly right now because I'm full of sweat right now. Okay, so say hi, everybody. Hello. All right, so the first drawing is they're basically like cartoons I've just been thinking about constantly. So the first cartoon, what if it works if I turn my camera sideways? Maybe a fuller image? I could do a way wider image than I've been doing. Yeah. Okay, so the first image is from an old cartoon. It's not really that old, but to me, it's been trying to find a light where you can see it. This is in pencil. My first image I've done is from Kim Possible. She's not really done much. I'm trying to turn her to look like me. I don't know why I've been trying to turn my images to look like me. She probably doesn't, but I'll edit her up. But luckily, it's in pencil. This other picture then is from an old cartoon, which y'all kids these days probably don't know of. Goof Troop, or like the Goofy movie and all that. Yeah, I was a fan of that. Don't judge me. And this is from a character named Roxanne. Ooh, camera quality is terrible. There it goes. So I'm trying to turn her a little bit like me. You know, animated version of myself. I usually give myself longer hair because it's what I used to look like when I was a little younger. I had longer hair. So I try to incorporate that. I do trace a little bit, but then I try to get details that I want in an image. Come on, camera, focus. But not bad for having not drawn for quite a little while. And then there's a base image over here somewhere I'm doing for someone else. So that's what I've been doing. I actually just did those images today, actually a couple minutes ago. Like I said, I had time. Let me know how you guys thought about them. And all that. And been itchy. Also, my cut on my finger is getting better. It's healing over. Thank goodness. So, as you could tell from the title, I randomly had this thought. It's like, hey, why not do this weird idea? Literally, it is weird why I thought of this. So out of the blue. So I know in one video I made a list, or I was starting to make a list of cartoons I've seen, anime I've seen, and so I got to thinking, well, hey, let's list out my top favorite male characters, or that I found attractive when I was watching those cartoons. So I think, how many cartoons have I had? I've had way over 100, 139. So what I'm probably thinking of doing, this will be a long one, so maybe a top 50. But first, we'll chit chat a little bit, but I'm gonna also be highlighting my favorite ones. So, how's everybody's day doing? Let's see. Yeah, there's a couple there. Uh, mm, maybe a couple times. Yes. I can't remember his name, but this one I do remember. Was there one I liked in this one? Maybe that one I read about. He's kind of cute. No. Yeah, there was one here. No. It's one of these is gonna be not in there because it randomly number 15 says Disney. There's so many Disney shows that I cannot count, and I don't want to. This one, not really. This one, yes. No, definitely not that one. I haven't seen it in so long, I can't remember. Not really. This, yeah, there's one I was reading about earlier. You hear me talking to myself is because I'm trying to remember. Eh, not much. No, 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 no. Yeah, there's one I was reading about. Can't remember. Oh man, I can't. I think there was one I was trying to remember. No, 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 no. Or none that I can't remember. Don't think so. One I was reading about. There was one for this one. No, oops, I made a mistake. I highlighted two enemies at the same time, or cartoons, whatever you want to call it. No, 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 no. Maybe. There was one here. I just can't remember the name. Bad. It's gonna be obvious in that one. Can't remember. Can't remember. There's one I can't remember. Nope, nope. Maybe. No. Yes, there was that one. I think there was one, but I just can't remember his name. No, no. Maybe. One of these is gonna have like a tie. It's weird, but it's true. There was one to that one. There was definitely one there. Not that one. Yes. It's probably a show you've never seen in your life, but it's true. No. Yes. I don't know. Nope. 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 There was one here. Might be actually one. Nope. 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 I think maybe. Nope. 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 No, no, there wasn't. No, 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 no. Okay, I'm going like on a whole long list here, is like of nopes, and I'm just like, wow. I think there may be one. Maybe. I don't know. Definitely one here. I don't think there was on that one. There was one of this one. Can't remember. Can't remember. No, 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 no. Almost done. We're almost there. I think. I don't even know if I'm at the 50. So we'll see where it takes us. Maybe. Now some of these I do remember kind of a couple of characters. But so let me just count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 21, 32, 33, 4, 35, 36. Wow, that cut it down a lot. 36. Or maybe there was one, I can't remember. Oh, no, there was one. I'm sorry. 37, because there was one I missed. What else did I miss? 38. Uh, hmm. Sorry, I'm having to go over it again because I think I may have missed one. What did I miss? Hmm. Hmm. Mm-hmm. There's just, I'm getting frustrated here. 39. There was one. It's a weird one, but it was true. Hello. Trying to count. Okay, I'm at 39. Gotta be more. 40. Okay, we'll just make it to 40 because, oh wait, no. 41. Can't believe I didn't add that one. I'm an idiot. 41. And there may be more, but I just can't remember right off the bat. Okay, so these will be like 41 top of my favorite male characters that I found I had a crush on when I was little. Don't judge me, it was true, okay? um, so, alright, so I wonder if I could do this way. Let me think what I can do. I don't know why I'm thinking of doing this, but it would work. So, give me a minute. Uh, Give me a minute. Okay, so the first one we are gonna talk about, trying to, freaking find an image to screen share with you, is this one. First one we're gonna talk about. This one. I can't say it, sorry. It's this one. Avatar The Last Airbender. Now, I'm not much, I would add Legend of Korra, but I never technically saw it. It may be added in there, I don't know. We will see. It's possible. Um, but I think there's more than one I may have crushed on. I don't know. Um, so it's been so long since I've seen it. Let me just pull up the characters just to double check. I think there is only one that I've gone crazy for though. I mean that's what I remember. Yeah, from what I'm saying, it should be the only one. Oops, I just clicked on a button I didn't mean to click on. Yeah, there's just mainly one, but there could be two. So the first one, obviously, um, what did I do? I did something on my computer that I shouldn't have done. Um, I have an idea and I forgot it. So the one I mainly want to talk about, why did I get that accent in my brain? I don't know. The one I want to put on for being my favorite is, where in the world is he? Eh. Sorry, I don't know why I'm trying to make a good impression here. Neat. Well, anyway, the one I want to focus on is our favorite antagonist in the beginning slash protagonist in the end is, why can't I get an image of him? That will have to do. It's this guy. Beeping. It's Zuko. Yeah. I had a girl crush just like those girls. I had a huge girl crush. And it will never end. I mean, come on, just look at that face. Well, if you could. I mean, yeah, in the beginning he looked weird, but I don't know. I didn't like that picture. I'm not gonna pull it up now. But I mean, just come on, look at that little face. Why am I taking it like it's cute? I don't know. But no, I did have a big, huge girl crush onto Zuko. And I don't know why either. It could be his. I'm not gonna even click on that because I'm mad. But I don't know. It's just his story and all. It was very interesting. It was sad and all, but I mean, he turned from the bad guy into a good guy. Well, of course, near the end, but eh, no one can judge him, I don't think. Um, what kind of frustrated me a little bit is how everybody, oh my god, I can't click it. How everybody always kept pairing him with Katara, and I just couldn't see it, so yeah, too bad. Um, I think because Zuko has a big fangirl base, doesn't he? I don't know. The reason I also didn't say, forget his name, Sokka, is because I know in the anime he actually does, or in the show he does already have some girl he likes. Suki yeah, it was Suki, and so I didn't do that. Plus, I don't know, I couldn't see Sokka in me in an OC character story. Definitely not Aang because one, I would be way older. Well, then again, I am older than Zuko too, but I don't know. I mean, look at those abs. Girls out there, you can't say no. Um, but again, like I said, I just like him and all that. Not just mainly physical, but the way he's portrayed and all. I mean, he's a pretty cool character. Um, he had a lot of troubles, but in the end, he was able to help the Avatar. Teaching firefighting mainly. And we see a lot of good qualities come out of him, from my point of view, of course. And I will say again, I don't care what you girls think. Katara and him would never work, and whatever that girl's name and him who was his brief girlfriend would have never worked. I never Mai, that was her freaking name, Mai, the annoying girl. Yeah, I hate Mai because of her attitude. Literally. I seriously do. And who else did they pair him up with? Why do y'all also pairing up Aang and Zuko? I really can't see it, but okay. Yeah, girls. Yeah, I question you guys. I question myself too. But that's enough of that guy. While y'all look at that picture, I'm really slow. I apologize. Um, I can't spell. So I was a little behind on stuff. So yeah, just enjoy my image here while while I fix what I'm supposed to do. Uh, oh my god, let's click with this. It'll do. What else is on my list? Um, okay. And my nose. Because I'm trying to pull up, images here. Let me think. So, boopity boop. One of these shows here, I'm trying to remember the freaking guy's name who I was liking. I had it on the tip of my tongue. Um, Frick. Uh, I can't even think I spelled that right. Oh my god, what's his name? Mm. Fricky frick frack. Uh, oh my lord, we're gonna have an issue here. Uh, that name is name? Now I remember. Never mind. It took me this long to remember. Oh, yeah. And I typed the wrong thing. Okay, for that image, check. Another one is, oh yeah, I was looking for that other one. Oopsie. The next one I'm going to be talking about is really difficult because I think there might be three. I don't know, but there might be. What the frick? Yeah, there's only one guy I was typing in here, and it just gave me the weirdest uh choices here. Come on. Internet is being a douche. Just being honest. It's true though. No, I don't want that anime. What? Breathing, girl, breathe. What the world? Were they really in the show? Oh yeah, they weren't together. They were together, weren't they? I think. I don't remember. Were they in the same show together? I can't remember. Uh, Come on, seriously, this is gonna get me mad. Well, you hate it when you're looking for something and it just. And I just typed in more and it still didn't give me what I freaking wanted. It's a better image, I guess. I don't know. Maybe it's because this show is a little older-ish. So it doesn't give you what you want. Maybe, I don't know. Oh my god, I'm having so many frustrated moments right now. No, we'll just go for that one. No. Let's go for that one. Ignore the person there. Okay. Who else was there? Yeah, I think there's one only for. No, there's two. Um, Frick. There's two for the next one here. Trying to remember the other guy's name. Oh, now I remember the other guy's name. Forget it. This one. And however you spell that other guy's name. And I spelled that. That's his name. And boop, boop. It'll do. Actually, no, it won't do. It's too small. We'll go for this image. It's a GIF, I don't care. Who else was there? Sorry guys, I've been taking so long. I'm trying to remember things in my brain. And it's working. Yeah, my brain's obviously working. List please. And yes. I can't spell. I can't spell, obviously. And okay, so far we have the first five, so I shall get started showing you guys so we don't, get lost. So the next male character, there may have been two, but there was two and I'm an idiot and I was gonna click that. And not what I mean. Yeah, that'll do. Okay, so the next show, please don't let me click on the wrong thing. I'm gonna be mad. Okay, Where's that one image I wanted? I'm starting to get mad. Starting to get mad. Please tell me that other image I just pulled up did not get destroyed. Fudge. Ow! I got something in my eye. Okay, there. Oh, dumb, an idiot. I didn't hit full image. Derp. Double check. Okay. Yes, I think I got it. Okay, I'm on my computer. Stuff. I hate it when your computer just starts to slow down because you have so much stuff. And I guess get rid of these two things, really. Don't need this part. And okay. And no, not there. If you hear people downstairs, that's my sister and her buddy. And in front of that, I'm just putting these in order, or else I'm gonna freak. Okay, now we can get it right. My lord, I'm getting really grumpy. Look, I'm mad because I have the images, but now everything just wants to disappear on me. Getting really frustrated here. Okay, we're good. Okay, now let me present. Okay, so this is the first one here. Okay, so number 2 is this. It is Teen Titans, not Teen Titans Go, for all you people out there who keep saying that's better than this one. It is not. I get annoyed with those characters for some reason. So the first one I had a major crush on was the character Scar. Yes, he's the villain. I don't care though. Look at that face. Just give it a look. It might look creepy, but Scar looks pretty good in that suit. I don't know why. That is just, you know, a plus to me. It's just mainly to me, but whatever. It's just me. But I just find that, interesting. His voice was pretty interesting too, and he has such a mysterious aura about him. I don't know why. It just makes me curious about him, but he was cool. And it's also hard kind of to find any fanfiction involving him. There was another one whose name is Red X, but I think those two kind of used to share the same character. I don't know if that's changed or not, but eh. And the second one was, of course, our friend Cyborg. Again, metal on a person is pretty cool. That does not mean I like Iron Man, though. I don't know. It's just these two have a certain personality that I find interesting. I mean, he likes playing video games. I like video games. Even though I don't look like it, I do. He likes to eat sometimes, and I do too, at certain points of the day. Um, and all that. And the gadget stuff and all is pretty cool, I gotta admit. That's why I found him cute. Again, these are like all old shows and all that I found interesting and all when I was young. So don't judge me, but that was the Teen Titans. And I used to think Robin would be my crush, but then I found out what happened between these two, so I'm not gonna do that. And Beast Boy, it just kind of seems annoying to me. No offense, just to me. So that's why. Next one, My Little Pony. Yes. How else do you explain my avatar here? Yes. I haven't gotten caught up to like all the seasons and all. I tried to, but been so busy and I never have time. But yes, My Little Pony, Friendship is Magic. Maybe sometimes Equestria Girls, but it's very little. And the one male character who I know has a crush on one of our main female characters is one that's, very cool to me, and I don't know. And each episode that involves him, I will watch. And that's Discord. I don't know why. I mean, I am also a big fan of the Fluttercord, but I don't know why. It may be his eyes. It may be his interesting goatee here with his beard. Or anything. I don't know why. But I had a big girl crush on him. Am I weird? Maybe. I don't know. But yeah. Yeah. I keep staring at that image. I'm like, why not? I mean, I just like the way he was really made and all. So many features all together. I mean, literally, a griffin claw, and then the paw over here. Or maybe that was the griffin claw over here. I can't remember. But, I mean, just look at that. That's just so cool. Yeah, I'm weird. Don't judge me, please. Alright, the next one is Kim Possible. Quite favorite, possibly my old favorite long line cartoon. I always watched every single episode of Kim Possible when I was little. I think I still have maybe 2 DVDs of it. One with all like the cases and all, and one that was the movie Kim Possible. I had one that was like a Stitch in Time on VCR. What else? Um, oh man, there was one where they had prom. I can't remember right off the bat, but it was a movie. And I think it was like the one where they started. If you don't know this show, I'm sorry to spoil it, but 2 of the main characters do date. I'm not going to spoil who though, but I was a big Kim Possible fangirl. Literally, I always started trying to draw Kim Possible. And my favorite, there were going to be 2. One was the one I'm going to mention right now, and the other one was Um, it was gonna be one of my favorites, but when I recalled about him, he seemed like a big baby or spoiled baby, but eh. So, which one it was? It was Monkey Fist. I don't know why, but male characters that can evil villain characters that fight pretty cool, especially with martial arts. It's like freaking Jackie Chan is pretty cool to me. I really am questioning why, but I did also read some fan fiction that involved Monkey Fist and an OC character, and I can't stop reading those. I don't know why. And also, he is freaking British. Freaking British, people. Freaking British. And us girls in America cannot resist an accent in a guy. So I'm not either. I don't care if he looks way older than me. I don't care. He's still cool. And also, I like how he's dressed. A ninja is freaking cool, okay? It's just me. Next one, Danny Phantom. I don't know if you guys probably pretty much see this, but I do. I used to watch it all the time. I think I've seen a couple movies that they were in. Now, another one that was my favorite was Danny Phantom's Dark Side. Like when he was like in the future and all. He was pretty cool, but it's hard to find fanfics for that. So I had 2 that I also really liked. There was gonna be a third one, but I can't remember his name right off the bat. The first one is Skulker, the one you see like in the I think maybe the first episode. I can't remember. Um, he's a hunter, a ghost hunter, and he always is trying to go after Danny Phantom. Um, or Danny Fenton, if you want to say it, but Danny Phantom, who returns the ghost to the ghost world, ghost zone. And he's one of the villains that tried to catch his Danny Phantom. Doesn't always work out, as you can tell. I don't know why. It's just maybe his flaming hair, which reminds me like of Hades and all. That's just me. I'm weird. Don't judge me. And also, he is very muscular. Yeah, I have a thing for muscles. If you haven't noticed. And also, why I didn't add Danny in this because I think he has a crush on some other girl, but I don't want to go into too much detail. And I don't know. I just can't see it. The next one is another villain who you usually will see. Vladigus, Vladimir, who I think maybe his other side had like a crush on Danny's mom when they were like in high school together, but something like happened and they turned into this. I mean, the muscle, the build, how it is they're drawn, and also maybe the little thing right there is interesting hairstyle, which reminds me of Medusa. If you just take off this part, and the beard. I don't know why characters with a strong looking jaw and all, but think it makes me think the good things. I'm weird. Do not judge me. I found the title. Good thing. Okay, so I don't know. I just have a weird thing for them. Okay, so we're gonna pause right here again. I really don't want to feel like digging up more shows. So, I think I'll just make a top 10 for right now. Just for right now. And I probably don't want to show you, but I may show you if you haven't seen them before. So, the next one, like number 6. Wait, no, actually, that was number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, I was right. That was 5. The ones I can name right off the bat. The show Gargoyles. Now, I don't know if y'all have seen the show Gargoyles. Then again, it's a really old one, too. But you never know. Gargoyles. Actually, I'll look it up for you while I'm talking about it. Gargoyles was a show back on like, and I don't know if it was on Jetix or Disney. It wasn't. It definitely wasn't on Disney XD. I will tell you that. Um. Uh. Hold on a sec. But how am I gonna say this? The one character I liked in that show, Gargoyles, was played by Keith David. Um. Let me take you a backstory about Gargoyles because I don't think anybody knows this. It's a TV series. God, when was that out? Oh God, I just now remembered. Oh yeah, I remember now. The first episode was dated back on October 24th of 1994. It had like Keith David, like I just told you, Jonathan Frakes, Sally Richardson, Jeff Bennett, and all. It was on Disney Channel, Freeform, Toon, Disney. I think that's where I saw it, Toon Disney. And there's like 3 seasons. The third, I think, had like 13 episodes. You can see them on YouTube like for $1.99 or something. But that was my favorite show, literally. And I think they also had a movie, right? Yeah, because this show went from 1994 to 1997, so not long, but still good. Anyway, to me. Um, and so I think there might have been 2 of my favorite characters, but I was trying to balance it out. So the one I picked, who was played by Keith David, is my favorite because he looks just so cool, personally, to me. It's this little guy right here. Well, not really little. It's Goliath, who's one of the main characters. Yeah, that's actually pretty cool. But Goliath, literally. I mean, look at that face. Woo! Chills down my spine. I also like what they did with the cape. Well, it's hard to see there, but best way to explain this show is it's full of these gargoyles who uh who are statues. I think there may have been a curse. I can't remember. And I think there's also one time where he actually turned human. Yep, there was one time when he turned human. Not that one. That one. I almost had a crush on this guy, but David Xanathos. But I chose Goliath instead. I mean, look at that. That's cool. Yeah. Uh, how do I explain this show in simple terms? Let me go back for you. Easy way to say this. Um, this takes place back in like in Manhattan, Manhattan, where the gargoyles come to life at night and help fight crime. I wish there was a better way to explain this. I'm going to try to wiki it. So, it was actually produced by the Walt Disney, Disney animation stuff and Buena Vista Television, if I'm right. And like I said, it aired originally in the time of 1984 and finished February 15th of 1997. And it features a species of these nocturnal creatures known as gargoyles, which turn to stone during the daytime. And after they spent like 1,000 years in this enchanted, petrified state, these gargoyles that have been transported from like the medieval Scotland, right? It was Scotland, yeah. Then are awakened and put into modern day New York City. And then they take on the roles as the city's secret nighttime protectors. And the complex story arcs and the melodrama, the characters arcs, because, like I said, the character arcs were heavily employed throughout the series, as were the Shakespearean themes. Um, it also received like favorable comparisons to the Batman, the animated series. Think what else? I think also this show's storyline continued from 2006 to 2009 in like a comic book series of the same exact title that was produced by the Slave Labor Graphics. Like I said, now these gargoyles, um, these these nocturnal creatures are all in the clan, and focusing on the clan. This clan is led by a leader, Goliath, and in the year 994, this clan lived in a castle up in Scotland. Most of them are betrayed and killed by the humans, and the remainder were magically cursed to sleep, i.e., be frozen in stone form until the castle rises above the clouds. And so a millennium later, in literally 1984, the billionaire David Xanatos, who I showed you an image with Goliath, had purchased the Gargoyles Castle and has it completely reconstructed atop his New York skyscraper, which is the Ear Building, thus awakening Goliath and the remainder of his clan because it literally, this building would rise above the clouds where the gargoyles would be sleeping, of course. Um, like I said, this would be awakening Goliath and the remainder of his clan. So while they're trying to adjust to this modern world, they're also aided by the sympathetic female police officer whose name is Eliza Maza. I can't say that right. And they quickly come into conflict with the plotting Xanathos. So, in addition to dealing with the gargoyles, their attempts to adjust to the modern New York City, the series also incorporated various supernatural threats to their safety and to avoid and to the world at large. So, I think maybe like a total of 78 half-hour episodes were made. So, but that was this, and so there. I think also on the show there were like several actors who were the alumni of the Star Trek franchise, like Marina Sirtis, Jonathan Frakes, respectively Dina Trolley and William Riker on Star Trek The Next Generation. They were featured regularly as the principal cast members. Other Star Trek actors had recurring roles on Gargoyles, like Mitchell Dorn, Kate McGruel, Nicholas and Nicholas, and Brent Spinner, while Avery Brooks, Colin Meaney, I can't say this word right, and I think LeVar Burton were guest appearances. What else am I thinking? Actually, the cool thing was, Marvel back in 1995, Comics had issued a Gargoyles comics book series which had ran for 10 or 11 issues. And the book did not really follow the continuity of the series, but of course they did reference specific events which took place within it. And they dealt largely with Thanatos' experiments to create these creatures and machines in order to defeat the gargoyles. Um, so, yeah. What else? Think that's it. But I really like this show, and of course, Goliath was my favorite. I know, weird, but true. I was a fangirl, actually. Surprise, surprise! Not really. Uh, next one I'm going to talk about is Witch. If y'all also don't know about that, I will give you a little backstory about it, because I don't know if anybody, this was on Jetix, frick, how do you spell his name? Phobos. Yeah, Phobos. I can't read right. So let me just first show you the character first. Maybe I got the right version here. Come on. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Doo-doo. Come on. Where am I getting the right image? Maybe, I don't know. Hmm. Come on, I'm trying to find the right image. I'm getting frustrated here. Frustration is happening here. I mean, I like it. Yeah, well, we can make do with this one, I think. Yeah, yeah, we'll do this one. So I'm gonna first pull this image out. Show this. So this is Phobos. And I'm also going to look up kind of the backstory because it's been so long since I've seen the show, so I gotta remind myself. Not what I wanted. Come on, back. And I'm using the lovely Wikipedia, which I still don't trust, but whatever. Just me. Okay. Okay, so this is gonna get a little confusing. It got a little bit confusing to me as well, but that's just me. Okay, so this story of witch here is, as we all know about witches, the predominant concept of witchcraft in the Western world had derived from the Old Testament laws against witchcraft and helped entertain the mainstream belief in witchcraft, which gained the church approval in early modern period. Blah blah blah. The concept between good and evil. I'm looking at the wrong thing. Maybe I don't know. Yeah, I was looking at the definite wrong thing. All right. That's the one I wanted. I think this show also had comic series. Um, okay, but so the show called Witch is the Italian fantasy comic series that was written by Elisabetta Ganoe. I can't say that right. Alessandro Barbucci and Barbara Canepa. I'm trying to read correctly. So, and the series was actually first published back in Italy of April 2001, before the series was actually released into different countries as of January 2005, which has been released in over 65 countries, if I'm right. And the final issue of which was released in October 2012, including the series 139 issue run. So that's how many issues were made. And the series actually tells the story of these 5 teenage girls that were chosen to be these new guardians of Kandrakar. I'll get you into that in a little later. And they're the protectors of the center of the universe from these people and creatures that wish to cause harm to it. For this purpose, the powers are over the 5 classical elements: water, fire, earth, and air. And they've all been given to them. These new guardians are Will, Irma, Torani, Cornelia, and Haylin, whose initials form the title acronym WITCH. WITCH. Literally. Let me think. So like I said, this started in 2001 and ended in October 2012. So that means 16 specials, 139 main series, and yeah, okay. So the plot's pretty large here, so we'll try to see what I can get into. And I think the villains will come into play sometime in a moment. Ouchie, my voice. Okay, so this is about Phobos, as I was talking about. So in the first saga that was introduced, it introduced this new world here called Metamor, which was ruled by this tyrannical ruler named Prince Phobos. Yes, I'm in love with an evil god. Deal with it. Years ago, Prince Phobos had caused all the disappearances of his parents and decided to take over the capital city, Meridian. To prevent his spreading tyranny, the Oracle had lowered a veil over the planet and separated Metamor from the rest of these worlds under the Kandakar's protection. However, 12 portals had started to open between Meridian and Earth, which created a lot of passageways for the desperate refugees and monsters of Meridian to infiltrate Earth. These portals also weakened the veil, and in order to prevent this, generations of guardians were sent to protect it from collapsing. So in the present day, 5 girls were chosen to become the new guardians, which was, I'm not going to even say this girl's for a whole real name, but she goes by Will. Vandam, who is the guardian of energy and is the keeper of the heart, making her the big leader of this group. Then there's Irma Lair, who's the new guardian of the water. Tarani Cook, guardian of fire. Cornelia Hale, the guardian earth, and Haylin, who's the guardian of air. And together they must prevent the collapsing of this veil and help promote, justice throughout the universe under the guidance of this Oracle of Kandrakar. This also introduced Ellen, I can't say her name, Elaine Brown. I can't say her name actually for some reason. It's difficult. Who is a childhood friend. She also played a big part in the story. She's a childhood friend of Cornelia. So the Guardians' first mission was to close these 12 portals, but they also found out for themselves that Elion had betrayed them. And it's also revealed that Elion is Prince Phobos' younger sister, who actually had disappeared from Meridian more than a decade ago. So after Prince Phobos' right-hand man, Lord Cedric, had revealed Elion of her true alien heritage, he was able to manipulate her into thinking that the Guardians were her enemies. Well, in fact, they weren't. The Guardians had to find a way to defeat Prince Phobos and help bring Elion back home. In Meridian, however, there is this rebellion taking place led by Caleb, whom Cornelia had seen in her dreams for years. They had sought to help overthrow Phobos and put Elion back on the throne, as she is the actual heir. Which makes me think that maybe Phobos isn't really an heir. I don't know. So the Guardians helped later to work together with the rebels, and eventually Elion realized that her mistake for trusting her cruel brother was a dumb idea. And Prince Phobos had planned to absorb his sister's powers all for himself during her coronation. But of course, with the Guardians' help, Elion had escaped and later battled against him for the crown. And spoiler alert, the final battle was successful, but of course not without some losses. Prince Phobos transformed Caleb back into a crystal flower, his most primitive form as a whisperer. This had devastated Cornelia greatly to the point where it would haunt her till up to the next series. As Elion is crowned queen and the Light of Meridian, the world of Metamor is finally liberated. The Oracle had then lifted the veil off Metamor, and light shines back on the world once again. Both Prince Phobos and Cedric are imprisoned in the Tower of Mist. So this is just part 1. And I think it had like 12 episodes. The English was like released in like July of 2002. Now, part 2 follows the story of this lady named Narissa. So I'm going to just go through the whole story here because it gets confusing. But this does involve Phobos sometimes. Now, this part 2 follows Narissa's revenge. So the Guardians have to face an old enemy of Kandrakar, whose name is Narissa, who was the corrupted ex-Guardian and the previous Keeper of the Heart. So when the Oracle realized how the immense power of the Heart was corrupting Narissa, he took it away from her and then gave it to Cassidy, who is the former Guardian of Water. Obsessed with her missing power and is blinded by jealousy, Narissa tricked Cassidy and killed her. As punishment, Narissa was stripped of her magic and sentenced to sleep alone in Mount Thanos for an eternity. When Cornelia accidentally absorbed all 5 elements into herself, that seal on Narissa's tomb broke, which set her free. When Caleb is kidnapped, the Guardians must face Narissa along with her 4 Knights of Vengeance. While being successful in their rescue mission, they lost Luba, who sacrificed herself to save them. So, hoping to steal the heart, Narissa later attacked the girls through their dreams in order to weaken them. But, of course, that failed. She was later successful in stealing the heart back by tricking Will into giving it to her. Now, with the heart all corrupted by Narissa's hatred, the former Guardian and her Knights of Vengeance attacked Kandrakar. Will later had acquired the Star of Cassidy, which is a copy of the heart from Cassidy's ghost. With it, Will and her friends had faced Narissa and Kandrakar. In the final battle, Narissa was killed by the Guardians. Despite their victory, Cornelia is still heartbroken when Caleb left her due to their complicated romantic relationship. So that area was episodes 13 to 24. So that's about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12. About 12 episodes. Each part, I think, is like 12 episodes long. Part 3. So there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, it's like 6 parts total left next. I know it's long, but it's important to follow these. So when it goes to part 3, it's a crisis of both worlds, which is going to be dealing with both parts. So the crisis after crisis threatens to break up these girls once and for all. Will's father, who is Thomas Vandam, returns into her life after years of being absent, and his intentions aren't anything but loving and trustful. Later, Tarani went on strike because she felt that the Oracle is using them to carry out his missions and sentences. A new character, Orbe, joins the remaining Guardians on their new mission to defeat a new enemy, Ari, who is the powerful lord of Arcanta, and they must prevent him from rising up and destroying the Oracle. Ari's son, Maki, suffered from a strange disorder since birth, and the Oracle had refused to help Ari cure his son. Anger and blinded by his rage, Ari captured a banshee named Yua and tried to use her wish-granting power to oppose the Oracle and Kandrakar, but of course that couldn't be done. The longer Yua was held prisoner and serving as Ari's slave, the more powerful Ari became. And soon he would have enough power to overthrow the Oracle. Tarani later rejoined the group, and together they were able to defeat Ari and set Yua free. Liberated, Yua kidnapped Maki because she wanted Ari to suffer for holding her in prison for many years against her will. Ari and the Guardians followed her into the swamp, where she and her Banshee sisters had lived, and fought them to bring Maki back. However, Maki was nearly killed during the confusion of the battle. He was later saved and cured when the Guardians and Orube offered their gifts from the nymph Jinqing to him. Although her mission in Arcanta was successful, the girls have a whole bunch of new problems on Earth that needs their attention. Interpol discovers the secret of the Guardians and wants to capture them and use their powers for their own mysterious intentions. As if that wasn't enough, the girls, Astral Drops, decided to rebel after months of being taken advantage of by the Guardians. The astral drops started to cause big problems with Guardians' families, teachers, and boyfriends, and eventually they ran away to another city. The Guardians later recaptured the astral drops and decided to liberate them from slavery. Again, another 12 episodes. And I think I'm going to stop right there. Actually, I'm going to end this episode now before I really lose my voice. It's really bad now. So that was about 6. I know, or actually 7. There will be more, but I don't want to make this last so long. But I will get into details of why I liked Phobos. Well, I'll tell them right now. Phobos has a really interesting, character. I mean, he wanted to take over what he thought was his, but in a way, it wasn't his. I think also in a way, he's just lonely. You know? I just feel like he's lonely, but that could just be me and my innocence talking. I don't know. Anyway, I know y'all probably won't like this episode as much as I did, or because I talked so much. I apologize, but I just want to let y'all know. Anyway, I'm gonna go. I'm seriously losing my voice. I think it's also from singing so much. Yeah, it's probably from singing so much. Anyway, your girl Flarity here is out of here. I'm tired. I'll see y'all later. Bye!